You are the reason people are taking advantage of you. Yes, you are the reason why people are taking advantage of you. And before you roll your eyes at me, just calm down and hear me out. Please hear me out. Do you constantly find yourself always saying yes when you want to say no? Or even when you say no, you start feeling guilty? Or are you that person who your friends know that if they call you, you are just right at their beck and call? Hmm. Or are you that person who constantly borrows somebody money and they never return the money, yet you keep borrowing them money? Can you see? Can you see that it's you that you're in the middle? And that's why I said you are the one that is allowing people to take advantage of you. And that's clearly because you are yet to define your boundaries. Or maybe you have your boundaries, but you are yet to communicate them. You get right. We are talking about boundaries in today's video. We are talking about the power of boundaries. Remember in my last video, I talked about the power of, I talked about choosing your circle wisely. And I think it's important I do this follow-up video to that to let us know that even in choosing your circle or in our relationships, it's important for us to have boundaries. No matter the kind of relationship, marital relationship, family relationship, friendship, no matter the kind of relationship, even at work, you need to learn to maintain boundaries. And in situations where you need to communicate your boundaries, you must learn to communicate your boundaries. For me, I would say that boundaries are like the security system of our lives. It helps us to protect our peace, our energy, your time, your space. It just kind of help you to feel like I'm in control here, I'm in charge here. Nobody leaves the door of their house open to anybody. You know what happens if you leave your gate open. You know what happened. And that is exactly what it is. That's exactly what boundary is to every human being, to us in our relationships. We've got to have boundaries and we need to learn to communicate them. I know certain boundaries can sometimes feel like it's very tough because we don't want to appear to people like we are mean, we are wicked, we are insensitive, and all of those things. But the truth is, you can't be Mr. Fix It All. You can't please everyone and you can't fix everyone. I used to be on that table. I used to believe like if you come to me with something, I'm trying to think, how can we fix this? How can we fix you? But I learned in a very hard way that no, I can't fix everyone. The fact is, I often get overwhelmed because I'm trying to please everyone or I'm trying to fix everyone. It gets me overwhelmed. I just find that my energy is drained and I can't do anything meaningful for myself. And at that point, I started defining my boundaries. And that's what we'll be looking at today. So while I've established the fact that certain boundaries can sometimes feel tough, you still have to set it and you still have to do it. And here are a few ways I believe you can do that effectively. The number one on my list is you need to know yourself, know your limits. You need to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You need to know what drains you and what infuses energy into you. You need to know exactly what you want to do for yourself. That way, when something comes your way and you know you are not cut out for this or this is going to drain you, you know to take a step back from here. So it's important that you know yourself and know your limits. Know yourself and know your limits. The second important thing is you have to be clear, you have to be firm, and you have to be direct when you need to communicate your boundaries. Be clear, be firm, be direct. So instead of saying, I don't appreciate you calling me at ungodly hours, no, you could say something like, I would appreciate if you don't call me anytime from 10 p.m. You see? Because if you say ungodly hours, what means ungodly hours to you might not be what is ungodly hours to another person. And the person can tell you that, oh, you only said to me not to call you at ungodly hours. Do you get? So that is why you have to be clear, direct, and be firm when you are communicating your boundaries. The third important thing is you have to be consistent with your boundaries. You've got to be consistent. There is no room for you to say, okay, I can bend the rules. If you continue to bend the rules like that you could just as well not have any boundary. I'm not saying life would not happen. There will be exceptional cases that you have to go overboard or go out of your way to do something for people, but don't make it an habit that everyone now knows that, oh, you didn't finish your work from the office, or you need someone to step in for you for an extra shift, just and everyone just keeps coming to you. That's why you have to be consistent with your boundaries once you start setting them. I think the other important thing is you have to practice saying no. You need to learn to say no. No is a complete sentence. So if someone says, oh, come and follow me to something, 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 you can say to the person, no, I am not going, or no, I won't be able to attend to that at this time. Come and borrow me money. I'm sorry, no, I don't have that kind of money to spare now. No, learn to say no. Practice saying no, and then you will get used to it, and you would stop feeling guilty once you are used to it. The other important thing is, see, once you start establishing your boundaries and you start communicating it, the people who are already used to you doing things for them, they will definitely feel some form of restraint. That is absolutely normal. And please bear in mind, it doesn't make them bad people. It just means that, oh, they were counting on you to do something for you, but you have now decided that, oh, you would no longer be doing all of these things. So they would, of course, there will be some form of restraint, but you have to be firm. You have to be firm, you have to be calm, and you have to be confident when you're explaining your boundaries to people so that they understand and then you are all on the same page. And finally, you have to respect other people's boundary. If someone has communicated to you that this is their boundary, respect it. Don't dish out what you cannot take. When you respect people's boundaries, they will definitely start respecting yours as well. Okay? Easy, right? I know I always share tips that are easy with people. That's what I'm good at. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video. And please do not forget to like, to comment, to share. And more importantly, share with someone who you believe this video will bless and will encourage. Until I come your way again, keep winning.